Welcome to the channel, Health and Wellbeing with Marsh. It is a channel whereas one would hope that it creates awareness of the conditions, what you have, and how best to tackle that condition, but at least to understand what it is. Um, in my little group on Facebook, we are a bunch of folks who are carers, ex-nurses. We're not qualified doctors, but we just like to share what it is that we know, and how best that it is in treating these things or understanding these things, and really maybe with your synergy on how best to tackle things. If you've got any ideas, then at the end of the video, please leave it in the comments. So today's subject, high blood pressure. Yeah. What is high blood pressure? Well, it's the force of the blood against the artery walls, and the higher the amount of blood being pumped round, and the narrower of the arteries, then that's when we get higher pressure. It is easily detectable, and it is suggested that from the age of 18 that one gets their blood pressure taken once a year, and from around about the age of 40, maybe twice a year. And the males tend to get high blood pressure earlier than the ladies, and I think it's up until the age of 64 or 65. Then there is a tendency for the males to get the high blood pressure. Then things seem to even out 50-50 at 64, 65-ish. So there are two types of blood pressure. There's the primary hypertension, whereas for most adults there's no identifiable cause of the high blood pressure. It's just something that tends to catch up with us the older we get. And then there's the secondary hypertension, whereas some get the blood pressure due to underlying symptoms. It appears suddenly and makes you tired than the primary hypertension. Various conditions and medications can force us to have high blood pressure. It can be such things such as obstructive sleep apnea, issues with your kidneys, adrenal gland tumors. So there's a bunch of mitigating circumstances where things change through life, which then lead to these problems. Another cause can be thyroids. They have an effect on the high blood pressure, and some of these defects we're born with, and they, like I said, they don't hit us till later on in life. Birth control pills is another one that can do things to blood pressure. Pain reliefs, certain medications that are prescribed over the counter or drugs have an effect on blood pressure. There's certain drugs as well what aren't prescribed, such as amphetamines, cocaine, the illegal substances which can also affect our health. Now, trying to lower the blood pressure, we can all think of issues such as increasing our activities, and sometimes it is hard if it is that we've got other things wrong with us. I personally have things wrong with my legs and my knees, and put weight on, and it's hard to do things perhaps physically. But then again, we all don't have to go running marathons or walking miles every day. Even sedentary exercising, anything greater than nothing to get that blood pumping, get that exercise going, help the lungs. You know, deep breathing exercises can help. Lose weight if it is that you're overweight. A very common factor. And, you know, some of us battle that with that all our lives. You know, but comes a time that one's got to do it. Cut back on refined sugars, and I do mention sugars in some of the other videos. They such an effect on so many ailments. Try and cut down on the refined sugars and carbs. A great weapon of lowering the blood pressure. Eat more potassium. You know, potassium's evident in many fruits and veg. And at the same time, if you're having more potassium, then take it easy on the sodium. Yeah, there's way too many salts still, even after years of awareness. Too many issues with salt continuously. There's only one can do it, and you know, that's yourselves. Now, for those who do, stop smoking. At least go partially, cut down. Yeah, smoking is such an effect, you know, and again, it's only us who can control that. Try and reduce any excess stress that one may have. Now, reducing stress, again, some of that can be done by exercises or yoga, meditation, listening to music. Easier said than done. What I found helpful is deep breathing exercises. Yeah, we can all deep breathe, you know. And again, if any of these things, what we're mentioning here, you know, it's like, well, what do I do here? You know, where do I get that from? I mean, Google's a powerful tool, but ask on the comments, you know, it doesn't matter how silly it may seem, yeah, there are millions of people over the globe all affected by these things. Doesn't matter, you know, we will contribute as a group and through our synergy, and we will overcome this. At the end of the day, it's up to the individual. We can only just highlight tools to use. Now, there are a couple of things what we can eat, and I keep saying medicine is food. At the same time, some of these foods which make us ill, there are plenty out there which can help us. And believe it or not, a couple of pieces of dark chocolate doesn't go amiss. For those who are watching in England, Bournville is a good dark cocoa chocolate to have. Again, not a few bars a day, try to limit to a couple of pieces a day. It can help to lower the pressure. And besides just little bits of food, there's certain herbal remedies. Cat's claw is another good one to have. Celery juice. Ginger root, that's my personal favourite. And yeah, still got a little bit left. Ginger root and lemon. Need to make a fresh brew, that's going to be cool. Sesame oil. Tomato extract. Green tea. Yeah. Perhaps I can go through the foods in a minute. What you've got to do as well is try and get a good night's sleep. Yeah? The blood pressure tends to come down anyway whilst one's asleep. But try and get a good deep sleep. And by having some of these other things what we just mentioned, and some of the other foods what we'll mention, yeah, this will aid. It's not, the body's like an engine, isn't it? Yeah? And you've got to maintain that engine. These things will help you to have a good night's sleep and be at peace with yourself. Garlic or garlic extract, garlic supplements. Garlic, along with ginger, is another one of my favourite tools. It's so good for the blood, purifies it, natural antibiotic. I can't praise it enough, to be honest. Whey protein and supplements of magnesium, if it is that you have problem absorbing it from foods, get it in a supplement nature. Less alcohol, definitely. We all know we have too many drinks or not. Try and cut down on that. Cut down on the caffeine. Again, maybe draw a line. I tend now not to have, say, a coffee after 6 o'clock in the evening. It's either ginger tea for myself, a smoothie, or what we call a golden milk, which is with turmeric. Just all settling for the body. As far as food is concerned, try and eat more high protein foods, such as the salmon, the tuna. Eggs is another good source. Beef, kidney beans, lentils, nuts, and wait for it, peanut butter.